All I can see is his acne. His body speaking out in Braille saying, "Please stop." People don't respect this physique. Is it worth it? We have a young man here, and he's clearly on performance-enhancing drugs, namely steroids. We know that because he admits it. He began with an above-average-looking physique. Perhaps not to most people, but to me, I can see that it's above average. He has a small waist, wide shoulders, a great frame for adding muscle. And so you can see the small waist, very tiny waist, wide shoulders. The only thing is, all I can see is his acne. His body speaking out in Braille saying, "Please stop." And what does this gentleman do? Well, pretty much every day he posts a progress photo, a video, him flexing, of which he's very proud of his development. The only problem is no one is impressed by his physique and no one likes his acne. And so he's continuously showing these things for validation, to show off, to get famous. I don't know why, but the people are not responding well. Why is it that you're taking steroids? Many people are doing it to build a better physique, to have more muscle, to look better, perhaps to get a date, whatever. But if you take steroids and the side effects are so outrageous that it literally causes people to write horrible comments and ask you why you're doing this, then is it actually worth it? I mean, you could have taken the steroids in secret, went to the gym, trained, got more muscle, and not shown the videos, but you chose to do so. And so I have a hard time understanding why somebody would want to show themselves in a negative light. You're on purpose showing your physique that you know people are going to disapprove of. Most people who take steroids are trying to look better, not worse. And just because you have more muscle, does that mean you have a better physique? Like, really think about it. If you look better, but people are appalled by looking at you, they're disgusted, they can't stand it, have you in fact made gains? Well, you may have made gains in muscle, but you've done so with the loss and approval of other people's respect. People don't respect this physique. When you use steroids, some people, they're going to respect you if you have an amazing physique. If you're Chris Bumstead or Sam Sulek and you're on performance-enhancing drugs, people see, wow, those are amazing, impressive results, and they will give you respect. I'm not saying they should or they shouldn't, but I'm saying many people respect the outcome. But if you use performance-enhancing drugs and they feel that you're getting a mid-physique or that you have all that acne, they're not going to give you respect. And so why do something that no one is going to respect? Do you in fact respect yourself? Why are you doing this? Is this guy trying to be the next Chris Bumstead? Look at the stash. He clearly has the mustache. He's going through the poses. He appears to want to be a classic physique competitor. You look like natural, but you're on roids with the laughing, crying face, blah, blah, blah. The next comment is, he does not look natural, LOL. 215 pounds lean is crazy. The guy has 18-inch arms. He has way more muscle than the average person. Y'all think he looks natural. It's getting ridiculous. You see a guy with a crazy physique and you think, oh, that's normal. It's normal for a guy to have a small waist, wide shoulders, 18-inch arms, and a ton of muscle. Just because he doesn't look as big as Chris Bumstead doesn't mean he looks like he has a natural physique. Just because people with elite level genetics can get this kind of size without using steroids doesn't mean it's average. It's far from average. If you don't think this physique is achievable naturally, then you're delusional. Yeah, Chris Bumstead could have done it. The best physiques in the world, most IFBB pros at the open class, if they were actually natural, they could develop a physique like this or better. But most people, they're not going to look like this. You're all thinking, oh yeah, that guy, you could achieve that natural. Just because 1 in 1,000 guys can achieve this physique while being 100% natural doesn't mean that most people can. There's no world in which he's 215 LOL. C-Bum stage weight is 230. C-Bum stage weight is 238. C-Bum is also at 4% body fat. And when he's in the off season, he's 260. And this guy is very tall. And so remember, when you're very tall, your weight is going to be higher without looking massive. Makes me feel good knowing you're on gear and I'm bigger naturally. That back knee is barf green face. And his response, if you were my size naturally, you'd post. And so he's not backing down from the comments. This guy either gives no two shits about what people think about him and he's just posting these videos for himself, or he likes the drama. He likes the engagement. I don't understand how you could make post after post after post where people hate on you or you only have 2,000 followers. People are going to put you down every single day and you know it, unless you perhaps like the negative attention. Perhaps this gets him off. Perhaps it's fun for him. He likes to go at people in the comment section and gives no two shits about it. His response back, nah, I don't have to post on social media to get attention. Well, why are you writing a comment on his wall? Like, think about it. This guy, he likes posting his videos of him full of acne. He likes sharing his journey. You don't like it. Why do you have to write on his wall about it? I mean, is it making you any money? Like, I'm reacting because people are going to watch the video. It makes me money. People are going to be curious. I'm going to discourage people from using steroids because these are the potential side effects. And so I'm educating the masses. But why are you writing these comments? Oftentimes I wonder, why are people messaging me DMs that make absolutely no sense? Why are you wasting your time and your day to write me? But he writes, nah, but thanks for boosting my reel with an extra 6 comments. Get rage baited. And so my opinion is this guy's trying to be famous. He has the small waist and the wide shoulders and thinks, well, it's just acne. It's going to get more people on my channel. They're all going to hate on me, but I'd rather have a large following than no following at all, even if they're all haters. And so what is his plan next? Well, of course, he's going to get Accutane. Not going to lower the doses, not going to go natural, not going to go off the steroids. I'm just going to get Accutane. Does anyone think that using Accutane is healthy? Do you not know the dangers that are associated with Accutane? Trust me, they are not good. Was it worth it? His response? To some. Well, what about to you? We want to know to you. Was it worth it for you? And someone asked, how tall is this guy? He's 6 foot to 6'1" with a 6'3" wingspan. So very long arms and is actually over 6 feet tall. It wasn't worth it, brother, I promise. Thanks for the concern, but I'll disagree. Bro, taking steroids to have a mid-build, oof. Valid opinion, but I'd rather look like me than you. And so here's the thing. Not everyone who uses steroids has amazing genetics. Some people take steroids, put on 10 or 15 pounds of muscle. Other people take steroids, put on 30 pounds of muscle. It depends on your genetics. Not everyone is going to build a physique like Chris just because they're not natural. Some people, perhaps they hate their lives or hate their bodies so much that any more muscle is worth it. Perhaps everything in his life is shit. Perhaps he has no girlfriend, no boyfriend, no life, no job, nothing. Perhaps building muscle is the only thing that makes him happy. And so before we judge him for doing what he's doing, we are not in his shoes. We don't know what it's like to be him. And so although we might be thinking, well, it's not worth it. Why would you take steroids to get all that acne? Maybe he doesn't care. Maybe he likes the progress of getting bigger. Maybe his dopamine addiction is so high that unless he puts on a pound of muscle every now and then, that he doesn't like to train and he won't have fun in this life. Can't feel your back on rows. All right, so what is he going to tell us about doing seated rows? Do you feel your back? A blind person could read your back. Remember, his body is speaking out to us in Braille. You can literally read his back by putting your hands on it. His response, I can't be mad at this. It's way too funny. He clearly has a good attitude. People are poking fun of him, teasing him, and he's not taking the bait. He's saying, hey, that was a good one. You got me. Roids and acne to have a natural physique will never make sense to me. His response, it's okay, bud. Cope as you please. And so although it doesn't make sense to most people, it doesn't bother him. He doesn't care about the acne. Perhaps he's not trying to get a girlfriend, boyfriend, or significant other. Why roids, bro? Why? His response, he's literally answering these questions. To be 215, half lean, and still be growing at a rapid pace. The acne doesn't bother me. And so we've seen it all. The acne has no effect. It doesn't bother him, yet he's going to get Accutane. I do believe that it does bother him. I think that he's coping by saying it doesn't bother him. I think he's lying, pretending. But if he said, yeah, you know, I hate my life, the acne is so bad, he wouldn't feel too good about himself. And so this is about defending his own ego. Taking this much gear to look like an average dude at the gym is wild. What bothers me more is not the amount of gear this guy is taking or the acne that it has. It's that people think this is an average build in the gym. I don't know what gyms you guys are going to. Certainly not the gyms I go to. The gyms that I go to, this guy would have a way better than average physique. He would have one of the best physiques in the gym. Yeah, I get it. He would have horrible acne and it wouldn't look good. And he wouldn't look good in a tank top because of the acne. But he would certainly have more muscle than the vast majority of guys at the gym. If you're natural, I strongly discourage you from taking steroids because likely you're not going to even get to this size. If you're just an average guy at the gym with an average physique and you take steroids, you're probably not going to be this big. He's 215 pounds with 18-inch arms. My arms are 17 and a half inches. He has bigger arms than me. He weighs 215. And I'm not natural. Bro, fighting for his life in these comments. His response, I enjoy acting like my comment section is Black Ops voice chat. There you have it. Looking natural on roids is embarrassing. All right, let me play devil's advocate. Let's look at the other side of the equation. If he actually looks natural on roids, if this is average looking, how bad would he look when he's natural? If he had to take steroids to get average, what would his physique look like without steroids? Would it not be below average? And so maybe he wanted to go from below average to average. Frankly, I think he went from average to above average. That's my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. I don't care. But can you not understand why people take steroids? They want to be better. They want to look better. They want more muscle. They want to be stronger. They want to get a girl. They perhaps have a mid physique. They want a above mid physique. Perhaps they have a below mid physique. They want to have a mid physique. They want to do better. Would you tell somebody that studied who got a 50 average in math, no, they shouldn't have studied? What a waste of time. You only got a 50. What's the point? Well, what if they would have failed without study? Would somebody who had a 70 average, oh, I studied all night, I got 70. Was it worth it? Well, if I had to study, I would have got a 30. So yeah, it improved my mark. Now, this comment makes more sense. This one I get. What's the point of being big if anyone that looks at you is going to be disgusted by acne? That is the most valid comment I've read out of the entire section. Because it's true. Why go to the gym and train and all of this stuff to try to look more aesthetic, to put on more muscle? Clearly, he wants this look. He's practicing posing. He's doing so. He's so confident. He's posting it on social media. He wants a bigger following. Clearly, he wants to look better. But what's the point if everyone looking at this body is getting disgusted? And yeah, you can say I'm bullying him. I'm just giving you my opinion. The truth is the world needs people to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Y'all just want to hear, oh, love him for him and love this and accept that. This is bullshit. The world doesn't do that. I mean, I wear baggy shit all day, LOL. Nobody sees any of me. Few months out of competition, hop on Accutane, and then I'll be fine the only time it matters. He answers the question. I don't give a shit. I'll take my Accutane, which I know it's dangerous, why he only hops on it a few months before competition. He gets up on stage, perhaps he wins the competition, and he doesn't give a shit. So he doesn't care what he looks like year round. He cares the one day that it matters, which is when he steps up on stage. Well, the only thing that shocks me is that he's posting these videos. I would expect somebody like this with this attitude to take all the photos he has on that competition day when he has no acne and save all those photos and post them the rest of the year. You know how easy that is? The last month when he's in peak condition, dieted down, perhaps he doesn't have acne because he's using Accutane, take 100 videos and then post them once a week for the rest of the year. All right, and so let us see what steroids has done to him. Early 2021 versus now 3 years ago. And so 3 years ago, we can see he has almost no muscle. He's very skinny. He doesn't have big quads. He doesn't have big muscles, but he does have a small waist and he does have rather wide shoulders. And so this is him as a natural athlete. Now, if he had not taken any steroids whatsoever and trained hard for 3 years, he probably would have put on 5 or 10 pounds of muscle. He probably put on 40. He looks way bigger now. Perhaps he hated being skinny, so much so that he'd rather be big, full acne than being small. Can people understand that some people perhaps are bullied? They are perhaps teased their entire life for being an ectomorph, for being very skinny. You can see, look at his quads. Does he have a ton of muscle? And so you're saying now he has a mid-physique. If he has a mid-physique now, erase the acne, and let's say he lies about it and says, I'm 100% natural. Look at my physique. Most of you are going to say, hey, great job. You did it. And so the fact that he has acne and admits to taking steroids, you got to at least give him props for that. He's being honest, transparent, showing you everything about him. So at least give him credit for that. And now let's look at his physique when he doesn't have acne. He doesn't always have acne. Perhaps he uses Accutane sparingly. Let's check out his physique, his mid-physique that most people would look like natural, probably in 2 years of training. Alex Mendoza would probably say, hey, if you look like this after several years of training, you wasted your time. You have to hire me for a trainer.
Look, I'm going to be honest here. If you look like that after 10 years of training, you're doing something wrong, and I say that with love, man.
Notice the change in quads. Look at the size of the quads. The shoulders are wide, the chest is up, and so clearly he's made some gains. And so on March 30, let's look at his physique. The physique, which I'm assuming was natural. 17-inch quads. His arms are 18 inches now. His legs were 17 inches, smaller than my biceps, versus 27.8-inch quads. He added 10 inches to his quads. Oh, but steroids, they don't work. He has a mid-physique. Do you know how much nonsense you guys are spewing? This is what bothers me the most. Bothers me more than the fact that he has acne. That's his own prerogative. It's, in fact, helping me because when he has a lot of acne, and I say if you use steroids, you might end up like this, a lot of people are going to say, I ain't using that. I'm certainly not copying his cycle because I don't want to look like that. But what bothers me is that people are insulting his end physique, the actual muscle, the quality of the muscle. He has a way above average physique. He's 215 pounds with 18-inch arms. Has put on, I don't know how much muscle, perhaps 50 pounds. Oh, and steroids don't work. Anyone can do that natural. No, they can't. And so what's going to be frustrating is when you all go out there and train, and 90% of you who go to the gym for 5 years are going to look at this guy and are going to think, I'm way smaller than this. I have 16-inch arms. I've been training 5 years. And what are you going to think? You're going to remember the comments where people said, oh, this is a natural physique. He looks like shit. This is horrible. And you're going to think your physique looks like shit and it's horrible. And what do you think you're going to be tempted to do? Probably going to use steroids, probably going to use SARMs. Why? Because you don't have good genetics. You tried your best. People like Alex Mendoza are saying, hey, you should do better. You clearly aren't training hard enough, and so you're going to feel bad about yourself, feel like you're incompetent, comparing yourself to everyone else, which is, of course, the thief of joy, and you're going to abuse steroids. Maybe some of you won't. You'll just quit the gym outright. Oh, this is for the birds. I didn't get any results. I've been training for 3 years. I only put on 15 pounds of muscle. This sucks. When that is great gains, but because you're so brainwashed by seeing the best transformations in the world that you think you're not doing good. To be fair, I've been hitting back once a week. Look at the shreds on this below average physique. Way below average. Anyone could get this physique, right? The guy shredded perhaps 6 at top 7% body fat with the small waist and the wide shoulders. Doesn't have a ton of muscle, but the guy is shredded. And remember, you said he has a mid physique below average. How many guys' physiques look like this? And this was a year ago. But notice, 2 comments and 33 likes. Has a very small following. At that time, he had a beard, had more hair, and I'm going to say that most people would respect this physique. I think that most people can appreciate the hard work that goes into dieting to this extent, to have this much muscle. And so what he did since this time clearly is abuse performance-enhancing drugs. His back knee, it's speaking to us in Braille. Remember, you guys said you could feel his back speaking to him by touching his back. Now, we don't know if he was natural at this point. We don't know when he went on steroids. We don't know when he started. Clearly, he's on them now. He speaks to this. But you know what he should have done before he ever started using steroids? Clearly has negative side effects. He's losing his hair. He has horrible acne, back knee, and so on. It can't be good for his liver. He's using Accutane, but perhaps he could have started by using Turk Builder or Ecti Builder. Why not start there? Should we not explore everything we can do while being natural before resorting to performance-enhancing drugs? Many of you thinking, oh, why would I use Turk Builder? How good does it work? It works way better than creatine. I mean, how many of you are using creatine? Probably most of you. Why would you ever use steroids if you're not using creatine first? You clearly are going to use the natural supplements that can help you before you use performance-enhancing drugs. Now, I'm not saying teenagers should be using supplements, but if you're in your 20s or you're hitting a plateau, why not use creatine, Turk Builder, Ecti Builder, pre-workouts, everything you can use to stay natural, to try to be healthy. Creatine is 50% off the website. Perhaps you can't afford everything. Can you afford creatine at 50% off? And don't forget about the free diet and training program. It's 100% free. You can afford free. Get to the website. Join the 300,000 plus newsletter subscribers. I'm hoping this guy can clear out his acne, perhaps get on lower doses than last time, perhaps use Turk Builder and Ecti Builder in his off season when he's not blasting hella gear. And so the message I like you to remember is that just because you're on steroids, you're not going to look like Chris Bumstead, that you don't need to resort to using steroids if you have an average looking physique. Use all the natural supplements before you do anything and try not to do steroids. I know I'm saying try because some people are going to do it anyway. Wait longer than last time before you start. Never break the law. Only do so with the advice and consent from your doctor. Interested in any of the harder than last time supplements? Code Greg, 15% off. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm, let me know your opinions, watch one of those 2 bloops. And of course, if you're interested in the weight loss, losing weight, you got the cookbooks, the Circle Diet Book, hard copy, and PDF. And get the Seco protein bars. They taste amazing. 230 calories, 20 grams of protein. You can't go wrong. And until next time, I am out.